the privilege, and I'm happy to have the privilege to introduce Aatmn Parmar. She is the founder of Redikall, and that's a self-help tool to help us to align ourselves, to integrate, to have a mind-body-soul connection. And over to Aatmn, who will explain how to work with hurt management.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey. Welcome back. Trust you had fun in earlier session. We believe that spirituality, self-management need not be a boring, mundane experience all the time. It can be truly a joy and fun. It can be so liberating. So welcome back. I'm going to teach you the emotional hurt management. Now, the accidents do happen, and they're not necessarily physical accidents, but emotional accidents. That's what I talk about, and we do get often hurt. People end up saying things which hurt us very deeply, and they don't even realize that they've done that. At times, we perceive them doing these hurtful activities or communication deliberately. At times, they're simply unaware of the fact that they're being hurtful. We try and change them, and perhaps they do not. We try and control them, and yet we may not. We try and escape, and we may come across others who hurt you. And we try and hide ourselves and still feel hurt because it's not what others do. It's how we react to what others do, say, or don't say. That's what creates deeper hurt. Years back, I remember a lady had said, my mother-in-law, this, my in-laws, ta. I said, do they do it daily? She says, no. It's not about now. They used to do it when I was newly married. And it went on for 2 years. I said, no, it didn't go on for 2 years. It's still going on in your mind. Probably they hurt you. We don't know. They hurt you years back, but you're still hurting yourself. It's like the wound that we get and we don't let it heal because we keep touching it on and on and on. And that creates further hurt. So let's understand that, okay, people may not change, they'll do what they do. But we have a choice of healing the old hurt and creating better immunity to make sure that we don't get hurt again and again. And how do we do that? So I'm going to discuss a few principles based on my understanding as a homeopathic physician or a hypnotherapist and knowing the subconscious mind, or as a Redikall facilitator and a founder, where I've studied deeply the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and its connection with the superconsciousness. And some of the pointers that I'm going to give you are not very complex. They're very, very simple and very easy to follow and understand because I'm going to super simplify the conversation. Of course, there is much more than what I can teach within an hour, and yet I'm going to make it so easy and applicable that you can take back a lot of value and help yourself. So, first thing first that you're going to do for your hurt management is stop expecting others not to hurt you. Okay. Stop controlling others. Stop waiting for others to change their ways so that you feel better. That day may or may not come. You are at a great disadvantage if you keep waiting endlessly for people to change their ways and do differently. They are what they are. They will be what they will be. And they may not oblige and change their ways. The greatest mistake that we do is we wait for people. And at times we even try and control, we try and escape. We try and organize our lives in such a way that we don't have to interact with them. We have to go away. All this works temporarily. Okay, you can do that. You can just distance yourself so that old wounds don't keep getting triggered, don't keep getting triggered again and again. And you get enough time to heal the wounds, but make sure that during that time, you don't keep digging the old wounds. So if you're distancing yourself with the intent to heal yourself, that's fine. Otherwise, it's not going to help. So what you need to do is take the onus back, take the charge back, take the responsibility back. If you do not take that charge or a responsibility back, and if you keep waiting, you're being really, really unfair with yourself. Because now you have empowered somebody else. Second thing, do not blame others for your hurt. The moment you blame others, you've already empowered them and disempowered yourself. Let me explain to you how. So if I say that my neighbor hurts me again and again and again. So if I say that, that means I'm indirectly suggesting to myself that my neighbor has a power over me to hurt me. I've already given that power to my neighbor, and I have disempowered myself with respect to my neighbor. So you're going to make sure that you are not going to blame others, because blame game is of the greatest disadvantage to you. So stop doing this, stop blaming others. Hurt is know that they do what they do once in a while. It's your response, your reaction, your unhealed wounds, your tendency to keep revisiting them and triggering them again and again, which creates more hurt than what they did once upon a time. Fourth, know that the hurt are because of your expectations. You expect people to be sensitive to you. You expect people to behave in a certain way. You expect people to act and respond in a certain way, which they do not, and that generates hurt. If that happens, who needs to correct? You, yourself, and your expectations. The moment you become aware that these are my expectations which are generating hurt, you will stop expecting, or you'll alter, modify, or maybe lower your expectations. The example that I can give you is a baby. You're holding a baby in your hand, it's a newborn baby. Naturally, the baby kicks. You do get hurt, but you never feel hurt, right? You never feel hurt because you have no expectation from baby. Yeah. And if any of your family members even shows you the gesture of kicking you, you're going to get hurt. Even if they verbally say that I'll kick you hard, you're going to get hurt. They haven't done anything. So why do we get hurt from adults? Because we have expectations accordingly from adults. And that's what becomes more and more hurtful. So know that it's your expectations which is generating hurt. Yeah. Next, is stop worrying about future. As much as you stop worrying or bothering about what happened in the past. If you learn the art of living in the now, in this moment, everything is okay. Most of the hurt are because of repeated visits to the past or repeated concern about future. You often keep hurt alive so that you do not get hurt in future. I'll give you an example. It was, you remember those serial bomb blasts, and Taj was attacked by terrorists, and there was so much of terror in the air. People were angry, people were hurt. Media was showing a live telecast of what's happening in Taj. I, along with some of my colleagues and students, we offered the team member, because I was at that time a trainer with Taj and I knew people there. We offered them to help emotionally, but nobody wanted to take that help. And I kind of was wondering why. I mean, we didn't even expect anything. We just wanted to help them out to ease their angst and anger and all the emotional outbursts that people were going through at that time. Later, we kind of contacted them and figured out what happened. Why? They said they didn't want this anger to go down. They didn't want this hurt to go down because they wanted to nurture that so that they never get caught off guard. They wanted to hold on to these feelings and emotions and remain acutely aware of it. So several times we choose to be hurt and remain hurt to avoid future hurt. Because if you forget that you were hurt, you can be vulnerable once again. How unfair is that to yourself? Why do we do that? Having said that, know that physical wounds heal much faster than emotional wounds. So I had a friend who's living in a riot-prone area of Ahmedabad. And as you know, there were certain riot-prone areas in Ahmedabad where there were perpetual riots. Almost 15 to 20 days a month, there used to be riots. And terrible riots, and very sensitive area. He attended one of this radical healing workshops, and he saw women and men crying and weeping over minor hurt, emotional. He was shocked and surprised. He said, I've seen riots, I've seen people walking with their cut limbs and cut organs and, handling the dead relatives and, wounds and knives and the works. And nobody bothers, they start walking next day. If there are riots, bad riots, a few people die and next day everything is functional. Nobody cares. And here somebody had said something over, way back, 20 years back, 30 years back, and people are still crying. I mean, what kind of society is this? I mean, he was shocked to understand. Over a period of time, he said something very valuable. He said, I realized one thing, the body heals faster than mind. We carry forward the emotional hurts much, much, much more longer than the body. Body has a limited phase. It takes 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and the wounds heal. But emotional wounds and hurt, we take it forward for a long, long time. And most of them, we take it forward because we don't want to be hurt again. So we want to remember that and we hold on to it. And if you understand this kind of game plan, we will not create a space where we hurt so much for such a long period of time. Hope this is helpful, this tips. So what you need to do is be in the now, lower your expectations, let go of your past, stop worrying about future, and give yourself permission to heal yourself. Stop blaming others for your hurt. If you do this much, you'll go a long way in healing your hurt. Until then, you'll have a better part of your life where you'll be, healing your hurt again and again and again. And it's going to be a lot of hard work. Okay. So I'm just reading out if there are any comments, because we have disabled the speakers. If you really want to speak, please check your volume on your system. Okay, fine. All right. If there is any trouble, just draw attention, and I'll put Sienna. Yeah, you can always interrupt in between Sienna if needed. Okay.
Yeah, the volume was fine, Atman. I think it was her settings, Sharda. You can go on.
Thank you. All right. So one of the master keyword or a catalyst word that can dissolve any emotional toxin is soul's love. We've been playing this song, Heal the World with Soul's Love. Why soul's love? Because it's the purest frequency I've come across. And this frequency can dissolve any emotional toxins that can give you hurt, that can exaggerate your hurt, or that can perpetuate your hurt. The moment you align your hurt with that frequency, that is soul's love, you're going to ease your hurt so well. Here, I also invite some of you to come forward as a demo. And that demo can actually explain how you can work with. So I'm listening, I'm reading. Ma'am, how can we remove guilt feeling frequently coming in mind? Okay. All right. So yes, I'm going to work with several other emotions. I'll first work with hurt, and you can apply the same while healing various other feelings like anger or resentment or guilt. Yeah. So there are 3 master statements that you're going to work with. First of all, think of hurt that you're still carrying on and holding on to. Don't think about too many things. Just focus on a couple of things, 1 or 2. Just make sure it's 1 to begin with so that it gets easier. Just fix your attention on one thing that gave you hurt, or one person that gave you hurt, okay? Or one incident that gave you hurt. Okay. I want you to assess how much is that hurt on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, absolutely no hurt. 10 is, oh my God, I can't live any longer with this hurt. Give a number on a scale of 0 to 10. You may write that number here so that I know how badly you're hurting at the moment. Okay. Then I want you to recite with me and after me, my hurt is my soul's love. Let's recite together, my hurt is my soul's love. I'll explain to you why I'm saying what I'm saying, but right now just recite, my hurt is my soul's love. 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 The reasons for my hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The reasons for my hurt are my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in my hurt is my soul's love. Reassess your level of hurt, and maybe you can describe through in the comment box. Is it less? Is it more? Is it same? If it is still remaining, we're going to repeat. Thank you, Paula. Yeah. If it is still the same and still remaining, okay, if it is same and remaining, we are going to repeat. The remaining hurt is my soul's love. 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 The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the remaining hurt is my soul's love. And now recite, the brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the remaining hurt is my soul's love. Reassess your hurt and see how much is the difference on a scale of 0 to 10. Has it come down? Is it same or has it increased? If it is same or increased, you can say, my resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for my resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The reasons for the resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in the resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance in the resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. The brilliance and the resistance to let go of my hurt is my soul's love. My hurt is my soul's love. I am my soul's love. And people who hurt are my soul's love. My hurt is my soul's love. I am my soul's love. People who hurt are my soul's love. So I have been seeing the comments in the Zoom as well as now. Let me just check on YouTube as well because it's going on YouTube. Let me just check the comments there. Okay, so there are a few questions there. How about other people is holding on to the past incident and not communicate at all with me? They are just playing safe. They are scared of being hurt again, and they have associated you with hurt. It's not that they are avoiding you, they're avoiding further hurt. So when people wall up because they felt hurt by you in the past, that is because of their defenses. Make them feel safe and just bless them and wait for them to feel safe about you and with you, right? If you get a lot of burping, a lot of gases, a lot of yawning, it's a good sign. That means you're releasing the toxins. Keep it up, it's fine. Is there any security gain from holiday on 2 hertz? Okay. I didn't get your questions. Can you just elaborate on that? If there is any question, I can also ask you to unmute and you can speak. Just raise your, show your hands up, so I will be able to tell you that. I just can't find any brilliance in this behavior. So somebody's husband is hurting very badly, and you can't see the brilliance. Till the time you're hurting, you're not even open to see the brilliance. Usually the brilliance is seen in retrospect. Could remember good things by the person, the brilliance came, and that is my awareness is enriching. When the emotional hurt goes down, you start seeing the brilliance, and you also start seeing the better side of it. When you're hurting, you only focus on what went wrong. But when you heal, you also have amazing insights. How do we work with hurt that we may have caused to someone? Okay. So the guilt, one of the reasons why you hurt so badly is the guilt of hurting others in the past. What you could do is, I forgive myself for hurting others, or my guilt is my soul's love. My guilt is my soul's love. And as you keep reciting this time and again, you'll ease your guilt. And when you ease your guilt, somehow something shifts in the people who are holding on to your guilt and blaming you. I have a puking sensation and a lot of yawning. Yes, you need to let go of certain beliefs that are related to hurt. And puking sensation often reminds you to let go of certain beliefs and programs. So if you're subconsciously wired to get hurt time and again, you can let go of this. So my program of getting hurt, or my subconscious program of getting hurt, is my soul's love. My beliefs causing further hurt is my soul's love. My expectations causing hurt is my soul's love. Is there any protection when we hold on to hurt? Actually, there is no. It's just a human thing. It's like how we have a wound on the finger, and if there is a band-aid, you're all the time careful that I shouldn't touch anything and nobody should touch. So that, it's a subconscious band-aid that we display to the world, that nobody comes closer to you and hurt you, okay? There is an emotional band-aiding that we keep doing while holding on to hurt. And truly, there is no protection. In fact, if you keep thinking about hurt, your focus is all the time on hurt. And if your focus is all the time on hurt, you're going to invite further hurt. However, as a child, that band-aid helped you from protecting yourself. Your children, their friends and other children did not, hurt you badly because you had a band-aid. That metaphor still goes on as far as the emotional hurt is concerned. So it's no point holding on to hurt. But if there is a deep belief, you need to address that belief so that you let go of old hurt while trying to avoid further hurt. Yeah, thank you. Any other question I missed out? You can feel free to raise your hand and come alive also. You can also raise those questions. The last thing before we leave, we have 5 minutes more. Before we leave, the last thing that I would like to say is consciousness development helps you heal your hurt. The hurt that you perceived at your lower level of consciousness, of course, there's nothing like lower and higher, but as your prior level of consciousness, as you raise your level of consciousness, you don't find that hurtful at all. Okay, as you grow in your awareness, in your understanding, You try and encompass anyone and everyone with all their behavior. So what is more important is to raise your consciousness. And there is a small little ebook available. I will put it up. It's there on Aatmn.com, AATMN, Aatmn.com, www.aatmn.com. You can download that booklet. And I'll give you a little gist about it. It's about adding few extra words in the statements. So with Soul's Love, I transform and transcend my hurt. Remember, hurt and that emotion, hurtful emotion, they are energies. Energies can never be destroyed. They can only be transformed. So you can transform your hurt and transcend your hurt to be a beautiful and better version of you. And in retrospect, when you look back, a lot of things that hurt you in the past doesn't hurt you anymore because you have evolved, you have grown. Keep evolving, keep growing, keep being a better version, and you will not hurt anymore. Sagri has a question. Okay, Sagri, just a sec. I will. Yeah, you can unmute now and just a second.
Yes, I just wanted to share this. For me, the shift happened when I said this person or that person is hurting me. I started saying I got hurt and took the responsibility for myself. And then that shifted so much for me because then I had a choice to get hurt or not hurt. Thank you. That's all I wanted to share.
Beautiful. And thank you for sharing that. Anybody else who would like to have inspiring stories shared with the people around? Anyone who would like to have a short story that can inspire others to heal their hurt? You have to just raise your hand. No one? All right, no problem. Thank you, Sienna, for writing this. Thank you, Ma. Ma'am, how addictive thoughts like can be dealt? Okay, so if you have an addictive thought, a repeated thought that you can't get over, just say this thought is my soul's love. And if there are certain person, just looking at them, you're hurting still. Say if there's a person XYZ or person Umesh or Ramesh or Muhammad or, John, whoever, say John is my soul's love. When you keep saying that, you ease the toxicity that you generate against that person and you stop hurting. And as Sagri said, just change the language of your mind. Don't say so-and-so is hurting. Say, I am hurting. And I held somebody responsible for that, probably. Just say, I am hurting. That is more than enough. When you say, I am hurting, that I'm feeling hurt, you're taking your attention back to yourself. And when you take that responsibility, that charge, you can do a lot to yourself. Sagri, yes, please. Is there still something you would like to say? Wait. I was to unmute. Yes, Sagri. Yeah.
Yes. The other languaging that I changed is I didn't say I am feeling hurt because that makes me hurt itself.
Okay.
I feel hurt. So when I feel hurt, I am not hurt. I mean, that little difference.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Sagri.
That also made a big difference for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sagri.
For allowing me to share this.
Yes, it's so important. Thank you so much. Sheetal, huh? Yes, you can unmute and speak.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. While doing this, I got an insight in the brilliance that it is for me to take charge of my life rather than controlling the other person and myself. So it worked beautifully. So I took responsibility of my life and how to change the hurt. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you and most welcome. Keep it up. This is a very simple way of easing your emotional hurt. Feel free to share this particular technique. You can share it easily with people, help as many people as possible. But to begin with, help yourself first. Yes, Navina. You can unmute now.
Yeah. Hello, Aatmn. Good morning and Happy New Year. And I just wanted to share that, I had sensations while doing the statements, but the brilliance I got was, I started seeing that, okay, that person was nice also at times with me. I only remembered the other part so much. So that was the thought that started, I started recalling the things which that person said nice. So it felt so comforting that how I judge and label a person just blanketly. So yes, these statements, a lot of release, I think, happened. Puking sensations, yawning and all. I think every time I do something and a layer of mine opens. So thank you so much, Aatmn, for this.
Thank you, Navina. So sweet of you.